Welcome back! Today, I'm going to show you how I do portrait photography. Now, I'm really new to portrait photography, and this video is more for the beginners like me. If you are scared to use the flash because you don't understand it, that's okay, because I still don't understand how to use the flash, but I somehow have it working good enough to take portraits with it. I'm sure seasoned photographers will be able to tell how to make this setup better, but for now, it's perfect to start with. So if you can tell, the setup basically is one speedlight flash inside a softbox that has a wireless control connected to my camera and a black portable background. That's it. It's a super simple setup. I usually put the light in front of the person at an angle off to the right shoulder. This setup is exactly the same setup that Sean Tucker said he uses. He explains more details about the setup, so I'll link to his video in the description if you want to check that out for more information. But let me show you everything I bought for this setup if you are looking for something simple like I was. First, you need a speedlight. I got this Godox TT685S specifically for the Sony camera. That's important to make sure you buy the correct speedlight for your camera brand. This specific one uses AA batteries and it goes through them pretty fast. So I had to get rechargeable AA batteries. You could get a different speedlight that has its own rechargeable battery. Next, I got the Godox X1T wireless remote for Sony to link up to the speedlight. Next, I got the newer 48-inch octagonal softbox with the S-type bracket holder. That holder is where you put the speedlight in, and then you put that inside the softbox. Next, you need a stand. So this is the Manfrotto 74-inch nano stand, and the bracket sits on this stand. And lastly, the black background I got is this collapsible backdrop. I will say this backdrop does tend to fall over like this. Yeah, I'm not used to like glares.
Whoops. And I brought it all down.
And my camera is the Sony a7 III with the Tamron 28-70 f2.8. I usually use it around 55mm. I got the a7 III for the IAF, but here's a warning. I had a lot of trouble getting the IAF to work with her black painted face. But other than this specific photo shoot, it's never failed me before. So that is the setup you see me using. The hardest part about the flash is how to know what settings to put it on. I still don't understand all the settings, so what I basically did was follow Sean Tucker's video and set my flash to max power and leave it at that, because I don't know much else about flash. And even though it's probably not the best thing to do, it still produces photos I like. So all that to say, if you want to try flash portrait photography, but scared of flash, you should try this setup because I'm exactly the same way and I'm still able to use this to get photos I like. So the other thing you need is someone to model for you. So my friend was nice enough to paint her face and let me photograph her with this setup. There's two mistakes that I keep forgetting about when I take portraits that I want you to be aware of so you can be on the lookout for yourself. The first one is to always check what your model is wearing, and especially her arms. Because if you notice, in some of the earlier footage, she was wearing her Fitbit, and we both didn't realize to take it off until halfway through the session. I always forget to look for things like that. The next thing is to come prepared with poses in mind. I am not good at posing people, so I need to have a list of poses to try and imitate, and I usually forget to bring that list. So here we are, searching our phones for model poses to try to replicate. Other than that, it's just good fun. Now, there is some post-processing I do to my photos, and I used Lightroom for that. For example, here is what the raw photo looks like straight out of the camera, and here is after I process it in Lightroom. So you can see it's a big difference. If you would like to see how I process these photos, let me know in the comments below. So from me, a beginner portrait photographer, to another beginner portrait photographer, I hope this helps you see that it's not so scary and you could try this for yourself. Now let's take a look at the results of today's photo shoot. Enjoy! Now, alright, here are the photos to vote on. I would say my favorite is number 1 and number 3. So which photo do you like most? Vote by leaving a comment below. Thanks for watching.
I don't know. Any others striking your interest?
I don't think so. I think we got a lot.
We got a lot.
Yeah. There's definitely some good ones in here.